Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1832. We got books and more books. So today was exciting because I got to go to my mailbox and pick up a package. What was in my package? I'll show you. But I've been sent a $50 gift card for Barnes & Noble. My home away from home. I love going to Barnes & Noble. I love walking in there and you get to smell the books and just wandering through the book stacks and you get the magazines, and there's a couple of magazines I like and that sort of thing. But this time I went online and ordered books to be mailed to the house. So I've got them right here. And they're going on my to be read pile because I'm already at max capacity on the number of books that I read at any one time. And at any one time, I will have 5 to 6 books on the go. And yes, I can keep track of them. I just pick them up. I carry on reading. I know exactly where I am. I know what's happened in the book and everything else. So, and it's a mixture of fiction and nonfiction. But sitting right here, I have 3 novels. But one of them is actually based on true events, which I'm really excited to try and read. But first one I've got, and let us know in the comments what books you're reading. What books are you currently reading? Let us know in the comments. These may end up on the Love to Read Book Club's Book of the Month. So these may end up there. I haven't decided yet. But I got books that I have by authors I have never read before. So these are brand new authors I have never read before. And they just sound really cool. So this one is a thriller. It's called Crucible by James Rollins. And kind of curious, look how narrow the book is. I mean, it's got a lot of pages. But look how narrow the book is compared to, other books. But this one sounds really good. It says, arriving home on Christmas Eve, Commander Gray Pierce discovers his house ransacked. His pregnant lover is missing, and his best friend's wife, Kat, unconscious on the kitchen floor. With no shred of evidence to follow, his one hope is to find the woman he loves and his unborn child. With no shred of evidence to follow, his one hope to find the woman he loves and his unborn child is Kat, the only witness to what happened. But the injured woman is in a semi-comatose state and cannot speak until a brilliant neurologist offers a radical approach to unlock her mind enough for Pierce to ask questions. So then it's going to get really good. Because then it says, what Pierce learns from Kat sets Sigma Force on a frantic quest for answers that are connected to mysterious reachings back to the Spanish Inquisition and one of the most rivaled and blood-soaked books in human history, a medieval text known as, jeepers, I can't pronounce half of this, Malleus Maleficarum, the Hammer of Witches. What they uncovered hidden deep in the past will reveal a frightening truth in the present and a future on the brink of annihilation, forcing them to confront the ultimate question: what does it mean to have a soul? So I thought this sounds really cool. I love books that will take you back in time. It's like Stephen Barry with his character. Stephen Barry's got these really cool books that deal with archaeology and finding clues from the past to solve present mysteries and that sort of thing, or protecting artifacts and that sort of stuff. And he has, what's his character's name? Cotton. Is that the first name? I think it's the first name. Oh, it annoys me when I can't. Hang on. I gotta go look. Stephen Barry books. He's got a whole bunch of them. They're really good books. Really enjoy reading them. What's his main character? I want to say it's Cotton Malone, but I don't think that's right. Oh, it is Cotton Malone. Look at that. I remembered without remembering. Look at that. So his Cotton Malone series are really cool books that where you've got to kind of go back in the past to solve the mystery today. And this is what I thought of when I read this. I thought, oh, this could be like a Cotton Malone book, or it could be something completely different. So I'm super excited to read this. It's got a lot of pages. It's got some extra stuff in the background, but I'm not exactly sure where the extra stuff starts or ends. Oh, there's pictures. Oh, yes. Oh, there's images in here. There's about 620 pages in this book. But it says down here that there's special bonus material included. So how many of those 620 pages is special material? I don't know, but will be worth finding out. Yes, that could be a good read. So that was the first one. The second one I got is called Outward Blonde, Glam versus Nature by Trish Cook. Now this one here, it says teen socialite Lizzie Finkelstein. Now, if I remember correctly, this is like a young adult's book, but the story sounded really cool because I could relate to some of this. Has the qualities of a train wreck in the making, with physically absent father, an emotionally absent mother, and an addiction to shopping. Oh no, hang on, this wasn't the one I was thinking it was. And hard partying she can't seem to shake. Lizzie is on a certain path to destruction. Rock bottom finally comes when her one public drunken escapades gets caught on camera and shared with the gossip sites. Lizzie's parents decide it's time for a change of scenery. They have her whisked away from her Manhattan penthouse apartment in the middle of the night and dropped at Camp Smiley, a gritty wilderness survival program for troubled teens deep in the Rocky Mountains. Surrounded by a motley crew of campers, all facing their own demons, she is convinced she has nothing in common with these misfits. Lizzie must learn how to survive in harsh conditions of the outdoors, including how to dig her own toilet. I have done that many times. I've even had to dig the latrines for a camp. Yes. Somehow I got on latrine digging duty. I don't know. I didn't have to do the filling, but it was just the digging the trench. Build a fire by rubbing two sticks together. I have not done that. And she has only two options: get with the program or get out of there. So I'm kind of like looking forward to reading this one. Just because some of the outdoor skills that they talk about in here, I have done. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. Now, this one here is inspired by true stories of bravery and resilience. It's The Lost Girls of Paris by Pam Jenoff. And this one actually sounds really, really cool. This is one that I picked up. It was, she says, one morning while passing through Grand Central Terminal on her way to work, Grace Haley finds an abandoned suitcase tucked beneath a bench. Unable to resist her own curiosity, Grace opens the suitcase, where she discovers a dozen photographs, each of a different woman. In a moment of impulse, Grace takes the photographs and quickly leaves the station. Grace soon learns that the suitcase belonged to a woman named Eleanor Trigg, leader of a network of female secret agents who were deployed out of London during the war. 12 of those women were sent to occupied Europe as couriers and radio operators to aid the resistance, but they never returned home. Their fate's a mystery. Setting out to learn the truth behind the woman in the photographs, Grace finds herself drawn to a young mother turned agent named Marie, whose daring mission overseas reveals a remarkable story of friendship, valor, and betrayal. Vividly rendered and inspired by the true events, New York Times bestselling author Pam Jenoff shines a light on the incredible heroics of the brave woman of the war and weaves a mesmerizing tale of courage, sisterhood, and the strength of the woman to survive in the harshest of conditions. Doesn't that sound awesome? And because it's based on true story, it means that when I finish reading it, I'm probably going to go and research to find out what the true story was behind the book. There's sometimes when they will base fiction books on true story where they don't know they know some facts, but there's a whole gray area or unknown or a black hole where there's unknown information. So they fill it in with fictional stuff to make it all make sense. Remember what Mark Twain once said, that truth is stranger than fiction. That's why fiction has to make sense. And so they turned it into a fictional story so it would make sense, and they could use fictional pieces to fill in those blanks and the holes that were in there in between the factual pieces. So I'm curious when I finish reading this one to go and see if I can find the true story of this so I can figure out what was fact and what was fiction in here. But yeah, this one I'm excited to read. And this one has 382 pages. Oh no, hang on. Looks like she starts a second book there. Author's notes, yeah. So at the author, when we get to the author's note, we're at page 359. So then there's the author's note, and it looks like the beginnings of the next book. Ooh, this will be a good one for the book club because in the back it has questions for discussions. Yes. Oh, I love that. We've got 7 questions in the. Oh, we might have to put this one in the book club. Yes, I think I'm actually going to put this one in the book club because the thing that when I first read about it on the website was that, oh, this could be a really good book, a good book for discussion in the book club. What's fact, what's fiction, what do we know? Do we know about this story and everything else? This book comes with its own questions, so that'll be a really cool one. So we'll put that one in the to be read pile for the book club. The other 2, I'm not sure at this point if they'll end up in the book club or not, but they are on my to be read pile. So that's still under discussion because right now I'm reading 6 books, I think. 6 books? Yes, 6 books. And I've also started working on my novels. And if you've been following me over time, you would have heard that there's the book series that's going around in my head that has a couple of spin-off series. And one of the spin-off series I've actually written the first chapter for. Well, kind of written the first chapter for. I've got 4 different scenarios for the first chapter. And then depending which scenario I choose as to where the story then goes. But that's one that's going to be written in 1 chapter historic, 1 chapter present time. So as the present time starts unfolding, what happened in history, we'll be able to go back in time to see and you'll learn what actually happened back in time. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So that's one book that I'm writing. I've also I've got all the characters and like a whole I've got characters and a family tree drawn out for the main series. So I'm kind of excited about that. I found my notes for all that the other day. So I was like, yes. So I have the actual family tree drawn out. I've got dates on there for everybody because, being a genealogist, you kind of, let's see how the family fits together and what are the gaps they're trying to fill in. What's the storyline? Who are they trying to find? And one of them is actually it's very good at finding people and a genealogist. So use a lot of genealogy tools and tricks to help locate missing people and things, which is handy in the main series. So you'll see characters crossing between these three different book series, these 3 different series. The characters will intermingle with each other, but each one has their very definite thing, but you will see them interacting because they are all siblings after all, and they are in charge of their own different areas, and they have their own book series. So I've started working on that again. So I'm working my way through just some prompts and stuff to get me started. I found a really cool website that has really great prompts on it for writing exercises and stuff like that too. There's a whole bunch of research going on at the moment for writing and publishing and things like that too. So there's a whole bunch of stuff all around books going on right now. So I have to wait and see what happens with that. But I'm kind of excited. It's just ticking along nicely and learning lots of really cool stuff. And today I actually found this article. I was directed to this article. It's called 9 Benefits of Reading Books to Enhance Your Daily Life. And it was written by Thomas J. Law, and I can't remember where it was posted. But things like, what are the benefits of reading a book? Well, you gain valuable knowledge. You do. And a lot of fictional books are actually could be based in an area. There could be history interwoven. Like if you look at like Outlander, those books were written in a historic period, and the author spent a lot of time studying what went on during that period, the different wars that were going on, who was in ruling in England and Scotland, and what was the whole thing with the Jacobites and the English being in Scotland. So there was a whole lot of research going into that before she wove the story through these historical points and things. And you'll find a lot of authors will do this, especially if they're working around a certain period in time. They will incorporate a lot of facts from that time period. So they do a lot of research. So you can gain valuable knowledge on that. And then if you're reading a nonfiction book, of course, you'll gain a whole bunch more knowledge. It's good exercise for your brain. I like that one. But they turn around and they say in here, where was it? Yeah, which do you think you would learn more from? A book by someone who's studied productivity for 20 years, or a 10-minute YouTube video by someone interested in the topic? See? Yes. And that reading can help expand things. It's good exercise for your brain. It says that research has confirmed that reading stimulates a complex network of circuits and signals in the brain, plus you improve your reading ability. These networks become stronger and more sophisticated. So I kind of like that part. Scans showed that brain connectivity increased while reading and for days afterwards, demonstrating the enormous benefits of reading books every day. I read daily. Yes. And depending on the book, I might read for 10 minutes. I might read for 20 minutes. In the evening when I go to bed, it's always romance because it's a formula to the book. Boy meets girl, they fall in love, they have a falling out, they get back together, end of story. My brain doesn't have to think. Because if I think too much when I'm going to bed at night, I don't get to sleep very well. But during the day, I'm reading more nonfiction than I am fiction during the day. It says the bottom line: our brains are use it or lose it. Have a use it or lose it policy, just like our muscles. In other words, if we don't exercise our minds regularly, our cognitive abilities may decline. However, when we read every day, we can keep them strong and healthy. And I'm like, I like that. Number 3, it can help you improve focus. And they talk about to remain valuable in our economy, you must master the art of quickly learning complicated things. This task requires deep work. And deep work is described as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's a skill that allows you to quickly master complicated information and produce better results in less time. Deep work will make you better at what you do and provide the sense of true fulfillment that comes from craftsmanship. I have found this when I am reading nonfiction books, most definitely. There's times I will get lost into a book. And it could be that I'm only reading 2 or 3 pages, but it gets me into that thinking mode. It can help you improve your memory. Yes. When you read a nonfiction, you also consume an enormous amount of information on a subject you're reading about. When you read a novel, you have to remember tons of information about the story's plots, subplots, the characters and their relationships, and the environment in which the story takes place. That's a lot of information. It even says it. That's a lot of information. That's a lot of information. She says it right there. And every new memory creates synapses and strengthens old ones. The upshot: reading every day can improve your memory. It can help you learn how to store new information and recall memories more effectively. I like that. They enjoy entertainment. Number 5, enjoy entertainment. Books provide some of the most engaging entertainment on the planet. As the author Stephen King said, books are uniquely portable magic. And I thought, yeah, when you think about it, they really are. It's portable magic. There you go. You can improve your ability to empathize. Another one of the benefits of reading a book is that they can improve our ability to empathize with others. And empathy has many benefits. It can reduce stress, improve our relationships, and inform moral compasses. And research has shown long-term fiction readers tend to develop a better theory of mind, the term used to describe our capacity for empathy and the ability to understand others. And when you think about when you're reading fiction and stuff, one of the things that you may be looking at is how these characters develop over the story of the book. And if it's in a series, how do they develop from one book to the next book? We've seen I read the Misfortune Adventure series by Jana de Leon, and her characters, you get to meet Fortune Reading in the very first book, and you get to meet Carter and Ida Bell and Gertie, and everybody needs a Gertie in their life. She's just a walking accident. Yes, glitter bombs and everything. But you get to meet these characters in that first book, and then over time, you've got them. They are develop. The characters are developing as their relationships grow. You see that, and so you learn. So you can learn a lot about relationships by how you read it, and things like that. And Another study found that when we read stories that explore characters' inner lives and emotions, our ability to understand others' feelings and views improve as well. So as you can see, and great books help you understand and they help you feel understood. I like that. It can help you improve your communication skills when you see how the characters talk to each other and things like that, They say, in fact, one study discovered that 69% of employers were looking to hire people with soft skills such as effective communication. It's a vital skill. So when you are reading, you're picking up on those things, on how to communicate with others. How does somebody diffuse a situation? How does a situation diffuse? How is a conflict resolved? And things like that. It can help reduce stress. And total testimony to that's why I like reading the romances when I go to bed, because it totally de-stresses me. That reduces my stress levels, and I get a good night's sleep that way. It's the only time I read romances at bedtime, because it just helps me go to sleep. It's part of my routine, and it just helps me go to sleep. It can improve your mental health. The pros of reading also extend to mental health. Research studied the effect of self-help books and found that many of them have measurable impact on depression or other mood disorders. So yeah, as a result, the UK's National Health Service began a book prescription program called Reading Well. The service prescribes self-help books curated by medical experts for certain conditions. How cool is that? You actually prescribed a book. I wouldn't mind being prescribed books. Number 10, it helps you live longer. The lasting effect of reading is perhaps one of the most exciting and interesting. It turns out that the health benefits of reading can actually help us live longer. Not sure how that works, but it's one of the things that they say in there as well. So those are some of the benefits of reading. Those are my new 3 books that I have that are sitting on my to-be-read pile. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and let us know in the comments what books you are currently reading. It doesn't matter if it's 5, 10, 15, 20 books that you are currently got on the go. I always have no more than 6 because my brain can't keep up with any more after that. And if somebody turns around and says, oh, but you need to be reading this book for whatever project I'm working on, then I will actually literally pick up one book, put it aside and go, okay, that's the one I'm not going to be reading for the next however long it's going to take me to read another book. So yeah, I do put some books aside because I'm at a point where I'm sort of like, it's just not gelling with me right now, which means I am not up to where I need to be able to consume the information that it's giving me. So that is what it is. So with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6